Good morning, hello, and welcome to another episode of the Goblin Ringleader podcast. Today, we're going to be playing some modern. Let me share my screen real quick. Boom. So today, we just swapped little numbers around. We're still doing the goblins, still doing the combo thing. We have a Harbinger in the side. It's the biggest thing I'd start with. The 3 Sling, 2 Kikis, very stock. 4 Snoop, 3 Harbinger. Sometimes you draw 4 Harbingers or 3 Harbingers and you feel really bad about your life. So just trimming one, putting it in the sideboard, adding an extra 2-drop feels good. Today we're testing a Sting Scourger. I'm expecting a lot of Reanimator. Excuse me. And it's really the only way that I can bounce a creature that's been cheated into play or reanimated. Sometimes my opponent just throws an Emrakul into play and says, do you have an answer? And Sting Scourger, Crater Maker also kills an Emrakul, but Sting Scourger puts it back in their hand, which can be better, can be worse. It sacks itself, so it's not as good. Sting Scourger will be there through one combat of your opponent's turn, so you can chump pretty well. Crater Maker can sit there and be an aggressive threat, but you have to sacrifice it when you use it, and so it's pretty close. I think Sting Scourger is going to be a little bit more versatile. I already have Artifact Hate in the form of Trash Master in the sideboard, so I felt like testing a Sting Scourger is worth it. We're still on 2 Lords. We have brought it down 4-3, and now we're at 2 because Bowmaster's really good right now. It makes me hesitant not to even test these Seer Slicers, but Seer Slicer Goblin has been a really big card in all of the other formats I've played it in. So it's 2 mana for a 2/1. It's got Raid. Beginning of your end step, if you attack this turn, you can create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. So basically, it's a Trash Master, or not a Trash Master, a Rabble Master that doesn't make the token in combat and doesn't force your guys to attack. The cost of not getting a buff when you attack is 1 less mana, which is not a cost. That's a buff. So this is our 2 mana Rabble Master, and we're Standard All-Star, Pioneer All-Star, Legacy All-Star. We want to see if it's good enough in Modern. X1 is going to be a tough sell, but all of our stuff is X1, X2, so that's fine. We had a Chain Whirler in this spot. There was a couple games I played at the Energy store last night where I was not able to use my Chain Whirler as effectively as my Mogmob would have been. A lot of situations where I play my Chain Whirler, a bunch of X2s, I deal 1 to a bunch of things, and then I can either like attack and try to hope that they trade, or I like just wait because it's a good blocker. This does the thing where I can like throw a blocker in front of one dude and then shoot the other 2. So I can. This is a fog. It also makes the click throughs on the on like the combo win a lot faster because instead of putting Sling Gang on top, you put Mob on top. Also, if they surgical your Sling Gang, now is another way. You have another way to go infinite and end the game. And like the last reason that I want to try Mob is because I feel like I really need a good answer to like certain creatures. You need to just kill them. You don't have any goblins. Like I had a situation where I had triple munitions expert, but my opponent just kept shocking my creatures with a trigger on the stack, so I could never actually kill anything. Mob is guaranteed damage. You can always deal 3 to something as long as it resolves. Just as soon as it resolves, you have priority first. You sack it, you shoot something, triggers on the stack, they have to stifle it. We cut the Thought Seizes in the main. I liked them, they were cool, but I feel like bad top decks late game, and we're in a format right now where we're going to be grinding. Everybody's going to be killing our stuff because Twin just came back, and Opal's back, and Green Sun's back, so creature removal is going to be back on the menu, and so I feel like Thoughtseize is not going to be where we want to be. Double Skirk allows us to accelerate into our 3 drops on turn 2. Also allows us to get an attacker for Seer Slicer Goblin, so we're going to be testing that kind of stuff. The rest of the list is pretty straightforward. 4 munitions, 4 vial, 4 munitions, 3 trawler, 4 matron, a Pashlik, 3 sling, and a ringleader. The rest of it I already talked about. Trash Master, of course, the best card against Opal. Sideboard. So let's go through the matchups real quick. Sorry, I just heated up my coffee, so I want to drain this. Nothing like some good coffee in the morning. So from the top, Arclight Pheonix. We have this against Arclight Pheonix. Dampening Sphere slows down their double spells every turn, and Leyline of the Void, it keeps their cards out the graveyard. It's not the greatest, but we could just bring the Dampening Spheres, but I mean, just the Leyline of the Voids. But I think that Dampening Sphere does some heavy lifting in that matchup. It's crazy. You don't think about it, but Manamorphose is no longer free. Faithless Looting is like every spell you cast taxes your future spells. So sneakily, I think Dampening Sphere is really good against them. What are the other decks? I played up against Asmo Food last night. So against Asmo, I'd probably bring in these cards. Chalice is good against the ones, and then Leyline allows them to not lose to their graveyard. Against Titan gives us these, and I guess we bring in the Zozu as well. Zozu's here. We're testing Zozu today because if it's good, I might move one in the main. And if it's really good, I might move one in the main and one on the side. This card's really good against fetch lands. It's if you can turn to it with a Skirk on the play, right? Your opponent goes fetch land. They have to fetch for a basic. So they're already taken one. Then they're taking another 4 from the Zozu. If they fetch Shock, that's 7 from a land drop. So I feel like Zozu's in a really good spot right now. And it's especially good against Amulet Titan when they go bounce lands and they go bring all their cards back from their graveyard. So I'm excited to see if Zozu is going to be good enough against Titan. We could also bring in the Harbinger just to try to race. Against Affinity, we have the Meltdowns and the Chalices. I feel like this is a pretty decent sideboard. We could also bring in a Harbinger, try to combo, cut like our aggro cards, and just say like we're gonna play control and kill all your stuff, set up for a late game, and then just combo. What is it? Yawgmoth? Yawgmoth, I think I'd just bring in Leyline of the Void. Leyline and maybe Chalice or Harbinger, one of the two. And yeah, so that's the sideboard. I feel pretty comfortable with where we ended up. Move this over here, put this here, put this here. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So yeah, I like the sideboard. I like the list. Let's jump into a league and see how we do. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, Modern League, 10 tickets. I could wait 6 hours to do a challenge, but we don't have time for that. We want to play now. All right, and let's jump right in. The beginning. I'm working on an intro for the podcast. Also working on an intro for the Jack and Cole podcast. Make a lot of music for fun, and yeah, I like throwing bad stuff together. It's similar to to Magic, where it's like if you love it, you just got to do it. You can't care about whether or not it's good or like conventionally good, or if people like it. If you like it, do it. Don't let anything stop you from doing the things that in your heart will lead to success, will lead to you being happy, because all we are is energy. And so if we're just white knuckling through life, that you're gonna struggle, because you are struggling. But if you focus on getting through the hard times to get to the good times, working to set yourself up to put yourself in a position where you can be successful, you can do the things that you love, and be safe. Just try to be happy. You don't have to focus on everything on being happy, but make sure that that's a priority. Make sure that's a goal, because you deserve to be happy. God damn it. I don't know if you guys can even hear me. I would like to go first. Yes. All right, we got the combo. We're definitely not going to yield through my turn. 17. Titan. Cool. I was joking. I said there would be a resurgence in Core Tapper, and I was joking. It was supposed to be a joke. No, not Core Tapper. No. What am I gonna do against Core Tapper? What, guys, gals, y'all? I'm playing against Surge Node. What year is it? What year is it? I mean, to be fair, it was going to be Titan, and as soon as I saw the Opal, it was going to be Affinity, and this deck is sick. Like, Core Tapper is really cool. Now they're going to play a Karn. Karn for a Pithing Needle. Power Conduit. Make a 6/6 construct. Okay. Opponent, I wish I wasn't doing what I'm doing. I wish I was doing something slower so you can win. Your deck is so cool. Your deck is so cool. Oh my god. Okay. Jesus Christ. This sideboard is so good against them. File's way too slow, like an infinity too slow. The Lords are bad. The Seer Slicer's bad. The Sting Scourger's bad. The Mog Mob is bad. The munitions are all bad. Jesus. Is there any creature that I saw? No, they're going to sack it right away. I'm going to shave 2 because they probably play a Karn. Let's put a Lord and a Seer Slicer back. Are there like more cards that I can play? No. So we're just going to put the aggressive cards back in. Nah, nothing bad's going to happen. Okay. This is just an aggressive hand that's going to lose to their fast mana. Oh my god, it's literally Aspiring Spike. Definitely gonna mulligan. Oh my god. Keep this hand. Bottom of Kiki Chiki. We need to draw a land. I feel so bad. Shout out to the legend. God. No way. Sorry, we got to put this on Twitter real quick. Not Twitch. A fire shoes. What am I doing? At fire shoes. Not the media. No. Right? Oh, it was a screenshot. That's right. Personal pictures. Nope. Screenshots. There we go. 1219. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Wow, that's a way to start a league. Okay, let's run it back. Well, if we're gonna start a stream, that's a way to start. That's a hell of a way to start a stream. I will say that Chalice is pretty good. Chalice is really good. Meltdown's really good. It would have been unfortunate if I had to use my Meltdown. However, I feel like Chalice on 0 is just like the bee's knees, as the kids say. And then Chalice on 1 after that, like, locks out, I think, 80% of their deck. Crazy sequence. Let me check chat real quick. That's not chat. That's not chat at all. Here we go, chat. Yo! We did it. Yeah, we unsummoned a 2/2 and we got there. I would like to go first, yes. Baby, here I am, man on your stream. I can give you what you want, but you got to come home to me. I got those goblins so good, and I got some more in store. So when we start playing the magic cards, yeah, you keep coming back for more. I don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of the song, so I'm going to stop. This is Dust Shadow. Bam, bam, bam. I know that I got another man, but I can do better than him. So take my hand, don't be afraid, I can prove what I say. All right, they're playing Splinter Twin. Let's see what we can do. That's not Splinter Twin. Hold up. Bin a card. Attack me for 3 in the air. Yep. Oh, they can't attack me yet. It's very interesting. Look at my cards. I really want to land on top. Seer Slice is decent. Not the greatest, but decent. I will play this and pay 3 life. Blue-red Murktide, blue-red Twin. If I Goblin Matron, next turn I can just play Snoop, but then it dies. Yeah, I think the Matron's the best way to lead. We grab a Snoop. If we draw a land, we're in a good spot. If we draw a Bog, we're in a good spot. If we draw a removal spell, we're in a good spot. Yes. Go grab Snoop. Yield for the turn. Oh, click. Not gonna attack. Damage is good. Bog is amazing. It can be countered. That's an important thing to think about right now. Go to combat. They probably have Snap Bolt. So this gives them an opportunity to use both their Snap and their Bolt. They can clear my board. But I think that's worth it. Because then we just bog them second main. We can also just play a Snoop second main. Bolt the Lord, trade with the Matron. Yeah, if they want to do that, that's fine. No, we're not going to yield. That's the wrong click. Damage is good. Snap. I did not expect Deceiver Exarch. Does this mean that we just die? Yeah. I think that means we just die. They didn't tap anything. That's interesting. Oh, they can untap a creature. Okay, so they will trade with my board. Untap the land. It means they have another bolt. Take 2, go to 15, does trigger. Matron. They can consider in the end step. They have a mana up for a bolt. So then if I tap up for Snoop, they just bolt my Snoop. Untap, play Splinter Twin. I can play that to the end of my next turn. So what happens if I just go... Five cards in hand. I went first, I think. No, they went first, so they missed a land drop. So they need a top deck land. I think if that's... Play the Snoop, force them to have removal spell. We force them to have removal spell or combo. If they have the removal spell or combo, ooh, that's good. Sack a Goblin, sack the Matron, play the... Oh, that's really good. Play our land tapped. Yep. So this is a scenario where we should have played Seer Slicer, played the tap land, hope that the top card was a land, so then we can Harbinger and do that in one turn. Opponent. No effects. Second main infinite damage. Interesting. Counterspell, yep. So that's what they were looking for. So they're trying to, yeah, just run me out of resources. I think we attack. Doesn't make much sense. Honestly, this is a tough spot. Combo plus disruption is what we're traditionally bad against, so this makes sense. I can make a Sear Slicer. You just bolt it, though. Does the 1 extra mana help me next turn? It does if I top deck a Snoop. But maybe the Sling Gang gets better if I have a Sear Slicer in play. I'll sack it to itself, yes. Play the Sear Slicer, go to the end step, get a guy. End a turn. You'll do their turn. All right. I'll take 4 every turn. Doesn't change the clock. If you have Bolt, I die no matter what. Okay, so it was land. Counterspell. Yep. It's the only reason, not concede. It's the only reason why they would leave up all that mana. When they don't have counterspells, they're going to go for the combo. But till then, they can just get free card advantage. Combat. The 1 card army. Murder. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Block. I don't get a dude, and this is 5, so I'm at 1. And a bolt. No bolt. Interesting. Goblin. This puts me to 4. If I block these 2 and sack my whole board, it's not really what we want. But a munitions off the ringleader doesn't do it either. 1, 2, 4. Sling Gang will resolve though, which is good. Will it die in response to the trigger? Find out next time on the Goblin Ringleader podcast. Sink into stupor? No. Good game, opponent. Good game. Well played. See, this was an example of an opponent who played very well. Spike also played really well. He was just in a really tough spot. My sideboard just lined up really well, and I had the turn 3 kill. So, and I think I was on the play, so. Against blue, red. So we saw DRC. We didn't see Murktide. We can assume there's Splinter Twin. Traditionally, the combo's bad in this matchup. So we're going to cut the Trash Master. Try to be just like a fair, grindy deck. Sting Scourger is bad here. You can bounce a Deceiver Exarch off of Vial, but I think that's just too narrow. No, it might be like our only card to hit that. I mean, they're probably shaving Splinter Twins in this matchup. They're trying to be like a full-on control deck. Chalice on 1 seems decent. Let me go use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Coffee going crazy. let's do it. They're going to bring in Stern Scolding, I'm sure. Oh, this hand's so bad. Mulligan. This hand feels really bad. I'm going to keep it, though. Bottom. These 3 lands let us cast almost all the spells in our deck. Bottom munitions. Fetch land, pass. Chalice on 0 is a consideration. It only hits bauble, though. So if they have like double bauble, it turns off their 2 cards in their hand, but I don't think it's worth it. Because they're not always going to have a bauble. Mm-hmm. Sure, it's another creature for my Horde Master. Chalice on 1. Expressive. Spellskite, sure. Just a Lord, nothing crazy. Mm-hmm. This deck looks cool. I'm in a really bad spot. So hear me out. If I attack, no, they block with the FOMO. Because I need to kill that Spellskite so I can kill the FOMO. Because as is, I have 2 munitions experts, which can deal 3 damage each if I layer them correctly. So I can deal 3 to the fear, which will be redirected to the Spellskite. I guess. No. Because here's the thing, right? If I attack and he blocks the Spellskite, then the first one gets redirected to the Spellskite and it dies. The second one gets redirected to the fear, or it gets sent at the fear and the fear dies. However, they'll just block with the fear. It'll take 1. And then the Horde Master is dead, so I can only deal 4 total. If I guess, does the FOMO have to attack? The original FOMO have to attack and survive? Oh, they also have to have cards in their graveyard. Okay, so more chill. Much more chill. Second Horde Master. Pass to the turn. Sorry, I was thinking that I was dead to Splinter Twin next turn. Which I could be. They go fetch land. No, they already have land. I'm not sure. Now they're just going to hold up counter magic, probably. Go to the end step. In the end step, we'll get a basic. No, because if they redirect it now, the Spellskite will live. But I'll get an extra body on the board. I'll get a 3/3, and I can untap, and this one will deal 4 by itself. I think that's worth it. So Munitions Expert, target the fear, make them pay life. They have to pay life. Oh, they just have 6. Okay. Oh, they have another FOMO. That makes sense. And oh, they were just F6. That's tough. Spellskite. Does Spellskite change anything? I don't think so. Chalice turned out to be really good, actually. Better than... I don't think I'm ever going to be aggressive against a Deceiver Exarch deck. So in that sense, Seer Slice is probably a little bit better. Trash Master, Zozu. Zozu kills me, though. Steam Scourger, yeah. Let's try it like that. Oh, baby! Okay. Turn 1, turn 2. I have removal. I'm on the draw. Don't like having my Kiki-Jiki, one of my Kiki-Jikis in my hand, but this is a decent hand if I draw Harbinger. Preordain? DRC, sure. And a Bauble. Yeah, it's a legacy start. DRC plus free stuff. Holy shit. We still do this. We still yield. End step. Do we make them burn their counterspell now on the Chalice? Or do we go Munitions Expert, force them to counter that? Or do we go to the end step? If they fetch, then we shoot the DRC. That leaves them with the counter in their hand, but they don't have the DRC. I kind of like, if they don't have anything, just running this out. It also just like takes a counter spell out of their hand if they have it. Instant artifact, yeah. So now the DRC is bigger, so I can't kill it with munitions. Ugh. But they don't have a counter. They have one less counter spell in their hand now. Plus the Mog Mob can still kill it, which is pretty awesome. Second arena. I think we just play this fairly. They have to counter this or I kill their DRC. Flash into Deceiver Exarch. Yeah. Untap Splinter Twin. This is what Modern needed to be. Okay. Looking for a land, probably. FOMO, okay. Mm-hmm. Really good draw. Cavern Goblin. Uncounterable Sling Gang. Pass it over. Sack to drain game. They can't just be playing these cards for fun, right? Like, it doesn't make sense if they play these cards for fun. I'm gonna yield through this turn and not block at all. Go to 8. Exert Arena of Glory. Use a red and a red. Not to do that. We're gonna hold that up. Uncounterable Hasty Snoop. Do we play a Skirk? So use the one red for a Skirk. This way we still have Munitions Expert up. Counter the Skirk. Okay. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Damage. So we can shoot the X4 because the X3 is a little bit easier to deal with, and we can bog them next turn to take them off, being able to have infinite combats with this guy. Period. Okay, that means they didn't have Splinter Twin off the top. Tap land. Combat's good. No attacks, pass. I think we just do. They could sink this. They could sink it, and if they sink it, then I have the mana to recast it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They would be at 2, so this Kiki would kill them. Pay the red, make a hasty attack. Cast this attack. Oh my god. Okay. That was scary. Splinter Twin's really cool. Let's keep it going. Shout out to Coffee. Coffee and yeah. We're gonna say it's just coffee. Coffee and plants, they help me succeed. Before I go to the bathroom, let me check chat real quick. My brother Cole, shout out to my brother Cole. Nice match win. Aw, appreciate you, bro. Thank you guys for watching. Just chilling, playing some modern post bans. Gotta turn 1 vial. This hand's really bad though. If you see a Snoop, we're in good shape though. So I'll try it. On the play. Just fetch a basic mountain, play the vial. If we feel like munitions is good on 2, we'll hold up munitions on 2. If not, we'll just play the Rockets Theater. Dig for a Snoop. I'm just gonna go get basic mountain. Yep, card's pretty good. That one's pretty good too. Did we just play that with haste? Oh, geez, yes. With haste, yes. Didn't even realize. It's combat. They block. Land. Pass. Frog? This would be an interesting frog. Death Shadow? Cycle Street Wraith play Death Shadow? Thought Seize. That makes more sense. Take the munitions so I don't kill your Tamio. Oh, they thought Seize themselves. Sure, that's pretty good. Manifest Joe token. I will grab my guy. Yes. Not a land. Think we just say we can race pretty well. This card's cool because it allows you to simulate being aggressive. Get my guy back. Our opponent, they're going to race me in the air. Let's see if we can upkeep, put a Sling Gang on top. 1, 2, 3, 4. They have a 2/2. No, we just put a munitions on top, right? Munitions, that's 5 total. I can shoot their Oculus. Okay. Smart. That means that 2/2 is probably a good card. Tap, land, and pass. Lord allows us to go 4. Put them to 6. They just killed a Lord. They probably got Bowmaster in their hand. It's been stuck there all game. They just don't really want to use it. Sting Shorter's funny. Bounces the Oculus no matter what. Expert's the best card, so double checking. We could go Lord, we could get a Sear Slicer, we could get a Sling Gang. Does Sling Gang get there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 goblins. I attack with 3. They block 2, take 3. They go to 8. I have 5 goblins. They're at a potential 3. Sling Gang closes the game fastest. I think a Sling Gang next turn is good. If I just go if I go Munitions Expert this turn, grab the Munitions Expert. They don't have Counterspell up. Munitions. They're gonna drown in the lock. Shoot the Sheriff. Okay. So I can't hit the Oculus. So we'll shoot this original 2/2. The one they didn't attack with. Ugh, unearth. Get it out of here. This doesn't do anything. Attacking doesn't do anything. We just pass. I mean, we could grab a Munitions Expert next turn, do the same thing. But I think next turn grabbing... Oh, we could even grab a Kiki Jiki. Second Oculus. Psychic Frog, okay. Frog's kind of fine. We could grab Bog. I mean, Sling Gang's probably what we want, though. Nah. Honestly, we probably want another Munitions. Got to kill this Oculus. It's getting out of hand. Yep. Fetch to 8. Tap Blood Crypt. No. Mine. So we'll go trigger on the stack. I would like to activate. Yes, I would like to Harbinger. Okay. 4 mana, 4 mana, 4 mana, 4 mana, 4 mana, 4 mana. What are we going to grab? Okay, what does Sling Gang do? We got to break it down real quick. So they have 2/2/2s. Or they have, 2/2/2s, a frog, and an Oculus. The Oculus refills the graveyard, so the bog is bad. Mogmob doesn't do enough because it doesn't kill either one of their creatures. Harbinger doesn't do enough. We're not trying to combo. I mean, we could try to combo, but we're trying to just race here, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage on the field. If we grab a Sling Gang, we attack for 5. They block 2. They take 4. They go to 7. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goblins, so they're at 1. No, they have. That's right. They have another 2/2. So that math gets even worse. They block 3 of my guys. They take 1. They go to 10. Take 3. Go to 7. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dudes. They're at 2. Sting Scourger's pretty good because it just bounces their thing. I can pay to keep it next turn. I kind of want to just kill it dead, though. Killing it is bad because it loses to an unearth. How many lands do I have? I have 4. So I know I don't have enough mana for Kiki Jiki. Ringleader's bad. Trash Master's bad. Snoop's medium. Pashlik Mon's medium. Horde Master. 2. That's... it's a good removal spell target. I mean, I die in the air to the frog if I can't kill one or two of these things. I have to deal with this Oculus. If I bounce it back to their hand, that gives them another card to discard for the frog, which makes it a 3 in the air. A 4 after they draw. A 5 if they crack their clue. So I have to just try to kill this, I think. It's very close. Another munitions. Mega dude, yes. There's so many 3s in my deck, but I've grabbed all the Harbingers, so I'm going to go to 4. Okay. I don't really want to play it with haste. Munitions expert. Shoot the dude. Okay. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the attacks are not good. No sack outlets, so I don't have to worry about activating stuff in response. It's been a really good game. Yep. Second Oculus is really, really good. Just passing, though. I would not like to tick this up. Ringleader off the top. Nope. Die in the air. So they untap, they draw. It's 1. So they have 2 cards in hand, and they crack the clue. That's 2. So it's 3 total cards. Discard 4. Give it flying. 9 in the air. Good game, opponent. I will concede. All right. Sideboarding. What did we see? We saw Frog and Oculus. Unearth. I'll play 2 Chalice. Trim a Skirk. Trim. What are the other cards? Frog. Munitions Expert isn't the greatest against Frog. Mob can kill DRC. Trash Master's not in the greatest here. It's not really an attacking matchup. I mean, we can cut all these guys. And we'll just try to play it like this. Seems kind of crazy, I know. Keep. All right, best draw would be a turn 2 Chalice. Chalice off the top. DRC. Thoughtseize. Tameo, that's right. That's the other reason to just bring in ley lines. Turns off your opponent's Tameos. We got the push out of their hand, though, which is good. Looting makes sense. I would like to uptick. Play this matron. Oh, no. Play this matron. Yes. I'd like to go grab this Snoop and then just yield. Go to your end step. Do some snooping. Oh, I had my hand over the thing, but I had already clicked yield through the turn. It's okay. No. Draw. Land. Why not? Put the Snoop in now. Maybe we'll have something good on top. Zozo the Punisher! Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it. Another matron on top. Yield through this turn. Man, this is so cool. Zozo the Punisher. Gonna do some work this game. Mm-hmm. Flip the Tamio? Yeah. Opponent is tapped out. Can we like just... No, I think we just kill them, right? It's the safest. Matron. As long as they don't have a subtlety, we're good. Jesus. Naturally, just flip a Kiki Jiki, eh? Well, this doesn't go well for my opponent. So we play a Mog Mob. We should definitely have put the Mog Mob on top, but I'm trying not to mess it up. So I just like for sure grab the Sling Gang. I know what it does. I know how to click through it. The worst thing is when you've won, but you click the wrong thing and you punt. All right, we just need to do that. We just need to do that exact same thing again. Yeah, we don't really need to combo. They'll be all in now. This is 62. We're going up in cards. Snap keep. We do lose to a frog, though. Oculus is the reason we bring in Leyline. All right. To the top. Just for some F6 value. Frog. Yep. This should turn off most of the removal. Yeah. Fatal push is good. Fatal push is good. A Pornoculus. Yep. Unearth. Yep. Surveil. Faithless Looting. Oh, all these 1-drops and graveyard cards. Draw another card. Cavern on Goblin. Bowmaster. Deep analysis. Okay. Get my tokens, pass it over. Mm-hmm. We saw Shoot the Sheriff. Is there a reason to play around Shoot the Sheriff? Murder in Response. GG's opponent. Oh, well, the last time that we did we're gonna cancel. We're just gonna go to the bathroom real quick before we start the next one. Last time we did this, we went 1-4, I believe. So this is us fighting back. Still getting used to drinking so much water. It makes me pee all the time. Alrighty. Let's keep rocking. This is fun. Okay. Man, I drink so much water. It's crazy. Check the Twitter. Chalice on 0, Chalice on 1. Pretty good against the artifact decks, I'll be honest. All right. Let's close all this out. Sand is horrible. It's 5 lands. Much better. Play an island. I don't know what the hell that is. Is it blue eye control? Excuse me. Make them think that we're playing burn. Weird. They play Prismatic and Path. I'm pretty sure. Still can't Prismatic on 2. It's Hammer? They could have double Hammer. If they have double Hammer, I will die to that. Okay, that's 1. That's 2. GG, opponent. GG, well played. I'm not going to play around double Hammer. That's totally fair. If they can 20 me, that's totally fair. That was fun. Bringing in the Harbinger because we're trying to combo. What are we not trying to do? We're not trying to bounce their things or attack. Maybe all the Lords is a bad idea. The Vial's way too slow. Yeah, let's play it like that. We're mulliganing to Chalice on 0 into Chalice on 1. And then Meltdown. Preferably we play our Meltdowns before our Chalices. But if we do it in the opposite order, totally fine. Definitely not. Much better. Bottom 1, 2, 3. The fourth. Play the Raucous Theater trigger. Graveyard a land and yield. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You live by the combo, you die by the combo. Thank God I turned off auto yield. Jesus Christ. I'm not doing well today. Oh, what? Oh my God. Just pass through the turn. It's okay. We got them next turn. They're gonna grab a pithing needle now, which is horrible. Kill this giver. Oh, we're in such a bad spot now. Surge. Okay. Kind of glad that we didn't combo then. I need to stop yielding through my own turn. No blocks. Mm-hmm. Big chillin'. They still have Surge up. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, the punt, game one. I could have just thrown the Snoop in front, but I knew they grabbed one off the Stoneforge Mystic, so that was just kind of dumb not to just throw it in front. I know I have my Trash Master and a Harbinger in hand. Harbinger can just put another Snoop on top, and Trash Master allows me to just grind. Mo. Yuck. Mo. This is bad. Okay. Meltdown and a dream. Well, sometimes you mold a 4, and that's just how the game goes. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm punting it. Okay. Cauldra. They're going to play around the meltdown by grabbing. Okay. Sure. That makes sense. Yield. Instead, we're going to crack. We could just be dead. Same thing that happened last time. One hammer. 2 hammers? Okay, just 1 hammer. But the Urza Saga puts the second hammer into play and they equip it to the Stoneforge. So I think I'm still in big trouble. Tapped Blood Crypt. It's not going to do it. They give it unblockable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the thing I have to do. I'll melt down X's 1. Then I'll play a land and I'll just, for time's sake, crack it now. Tapped Blood Crypt. Now I can yield through both turns. In their main phase, they're going to grab another hammer. The hammer is going to auto-equip to the Stoneforge. If I had a push or something, they would be able to give a protection in response to my push, and they'd hit me for another 10. Well played, opponent. GG. Damage is good. All right. You know what? Hammer's a really good deck. And we probably we had an obvious block game 1. But you know what? Sometimes you have to force your opponent to have it, and they had it, and they played well. Mulliganing to 4 was unfortunate, but you know we've all won and lost matches by mulligans, so that's just the way that the game goes. I'm excited to see if we can do a 4-1. I don't think I've ever gotten a 4-1. Never even trophied, so excited to one day take goblins to the upper echelons. Seer Slicers felt okay today. Would another of Lord have felt better? I don't know. Definitely wasn't missing anything. It felt really good. Keep this hand. Probably an iffy hand, but we got goblins. We're kind of aggressive. Goblin. Goblin. Cast. The game's breaking because as soon as this hits the battlefield, it'll be their turn. And the game is not understanding that it's going to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 steps, like in half a second. So the computer was just like, wait, let's not mess this up. Let's not mess this up. This is Yawgmoth. Yawgmoth is so good against us. Okay. Yield through their turn. Somehow, though, we have this munitions expert, and it's going to be our savior. Boom. Combat. Swinging in. Damage. I guess I can't yield. Rumble. Wall of Roots. Okay. Goblin. Okay. Mm-hmm. I guess we can go combat first. Attack with both. Damage. Sack. The munitions expert. Make a black. Colorless red. Lieutenant. Yield through all those triggers to their turn. Now they can play their Yawgmoth. Grist, okay. Grist is pretty good. Just make a dude. Good blockers. Yield through that turn. Untap will keep draw. Go to combat. All at Grist besides the Sling Gang. Block the 1/1 and a 0/4. Grist takes 1. It's either Vial or Skirk. And then whether or not we play Bog right now. I can bolt myself to play Bog and Vial or and Skirk. Oh, that definitely was not. That was definitely not the play, but it's okay. Sometimes you bump the 1 key. So I'm mega screwed if they just slam a Yawgmoth now. Because I don't have enough dudes to stop them. Okay. They're trying to go wide first, which makes sense. Yeah, if I had the ability to use this vial to hit their graveyard at instant speed, it'd be really good. Second Yawg. Green Sun Zenith for 2. Their Yawg's in the bin, though, which is really good for me. Patra's pretty bad for me. Go to mine. We're definitely doing this. We don't have a surveil land yet, so we might want to just leave this up for a surveil land. I like that. Can't yield because I have Sling Gang. It's a good way to grind. Chain Whirler would be really good right here. Sling Gang's decent. Gains him 3 life, puts him to 19. Yeah, I mean, yeah. One of our single best cards. Do we bolt ourselves? Yeah. We need to get this file down if we're just sitting here for so many turns. Damage is good. I was thinking if I want to gain some life, but I kind of want to just take their 1/1s off the table. The Trawler. Mm-hmm. Okay. Taking up the vial. Hmm. No attacks from me. Just keep pedaling. I think the deck list is pretty decent. I think the Sting Scourger is a pretty good addition, and the lower curve not being so focused on threes, being more focused on twos is good for us overall. I think Zozo is pretty good. We haven't seen Zozo be at its best yet. I haven't played against Titan. The list's been really good. The sideboard, 3 Chalice has been amazing, and 3 Meltdown has been amazing. So far, Artifact Hate plus Graveyard Hate seems like an easy way to win free games, basically. It's going to target. Yes. I'm not F6. Target that. Okay. They keep going after like the dudes with the big power. But my Sling Gang's what's going to let me stay alive in this game. Nope. Second Grist. Now they kill a Sling Gang? No. Okay. Yes. Cast the Ringleader. Mm-hmm. just a matron. 1, 2, 3. So we go down one body to matron right now. Matron lets us grab our 2 drops that are really good. Our Horde Master. Play the matron. We could get Munitions, Snoop, Trash Master. Okay, so from the top, Sting Scourger is bad. Sling Gang is okay, but we want one in our deck in case we draw Snoop. Sear Slicer's bad here. Runvelt's good. Pashlik Mons might be what we want. We'll come back to that. Munitions Expert's amazing. Walk Mob's slightly less good than Munitions Expert. Kiki Cheeky's probably pretty decent here. Snoop is like always good. Snoop's also an X2. We really want to kill their Grist though, because they can just keep shooting whatever they want. What's the best thing to kill their Grist? It's just munitions, right? Lord doesn't do as much. Snoop just gets shot by the Grist. Put this into play, yes. Kill the Grist. You'll do the turn. I mean, another Grist is pretty good. If you're going to lose, it's going to be the Grist for sure. Dryad Arbor's their last card? Okay. Chain Whirler would be amazing if we still played one. Oof. He got 6 creatures in his graveyard. They got 6 creatures in their graveyard. Definitely should have fetched. That was a mistake. Yeah, it's not looking good. Chord. Bowmaster. I think that gets me. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures. -6 or -5. Deal 6. Go to 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I block. Yeah. I guess I have Sling Gangs. All right, some serious math. Okay. Block 2, 4, 5. Take 1, 2, 3. All right, let's do left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 1/1s. 1, 2, 6 1/1s. 2 2/2s. We go Skirk Prospector in front of a 2/2, Ringleader in front of a 2/2, Sling Gang. How can we sequence this? So 6 1/1s. We have to block 2 2/2s. So we go Skirk and Ringleader. Then we go Sling Gang in front of 1 1/1. Then we have 4. That's 9 exactly. No, that's 10. 4 plus the 6 in the graveyard is 10. So I would have to sack. Wait. 1, 2, 3 blocks. 5 coming through. So you'd have to block both Sling Gangs on the 1/1. So that would be 4, 10. But I could gain. Do I need to block with all of my Sling Gangs? If I just block these 3 creatures, the 2/2, the 1/1, and the 2/2, I take 5, 11. But I can sack 3, go to 12. So I'd be at 1 if they don't have a way to put a creature in the graveyard. Ooh, and if I don't put a creature in the graveyard for them. So attacks are good. Go to blocks. Block like this. Blocks are good. Oh, I need. No, good. I'm not yield. Thank God. Sack. Drain. Sack. Drain. Sack. Drain. Right? Did that. Okay. So that's 12. 1, 5, 11. If they had used a Wall of Roots activation for no reason, just to get it like 2/1 toughness, then they could activate their Wall of Roots, just float a mana, put another creature in the graveyard, and kill me. I guess I still have the Sling Gang. Yeah. It's not looking good. Green Sun Zenith has been really good this game. Oh. Green Sun's for Grist. That's the best thing you can do for sure. Just grab your Planeswalker for 4 mana. Who needs the 1 ring? They legend ruled their own Grist. Smart. Excuse me. Soldier's not the greatest. Elixir's not good. Chalice isn't the greatest. Green Suns. I think we trim a vial. Probably trim. They're not gonna let us attack. Sting Scorcher bounces. Bounces a Yogg. Horde Master is an X1 that dies to Bowmaster. We'll trim 1. Trash Master isn't the greatest in this matchup. We'd rather have a vial. Try to go fast. Let's run it back. All right, we're fighting for the 4/1. I like this hand. This hand, good. Clickety clackety. I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. Thank you so much for joining in with the stream. If you guys are watching live, thank you for watching live on YouTube. If you guys are watching afterwards, really appreciate you. Be sure to like and subscribe. It means a lot. Helps grow the channel, and we've been seeing some crazy numbers recently on our YouTube shorts. And so thank you so much. If you've seen us from the YouTube shorts and you're here because of YouTube shorts, be sure to put it in the comments to let me know so I can understand exactly how impactful those are, because it's been crazy, honestly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Yawgmoth game ones usually take the longest because I'm just like trying not to lose, but I end up losing anyways. Let me see. Oh, we can play around Grist. If they just turn 2 Grist, they kind of win, right? So we'll just do a Raucous Theater. Make it out like we don't have anything. Bin a land. Yield. Their end step. Put the Skirk into play. Their next end step. Put the Snoop into play. That's pretty good. Bowmaster. Kill the Skirk. Oh, damn it. No. Damn it. I let them get I let them get an Orc army. That's really sad. No, not yield. What am I doing? Okay. The Orc army is going to let them convoke exactly for the Yawgmoth. If I sack the Skirk, they don't get to convoke for 4. No, that's not true. The Wall of Roots counts for 2. So we still would have been in trouble. But on principle, you got to sack the... Unless they don't have it, which I doubt. That's 4, but that's not Yawg. Green Sun's for 3. Gonna go get a Grist. Gonna go to a Grist. Go get Grist and attack. I mean, that's pretty good. We're not auto-passing anything. Go to the end step. Activate. Yes. Put another Snoop into play. Go to my turn. Thank God there's a vial. Upkeep stops are very important. Okay. Yes. Oh, okay. We don't deserve to have won this game. We got the second Snoop, and yeah, Vial's very busted. So all the non-believers in Vial, instant speed combos are very strong. Okay, now we go Vial. Yes. Harbinger into play. Okay. Yes. Mogmob. Mogmob. Sack. Done. 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 This is another reason to play Mog Mob. Is it's just such a faster kill. You do chunks of 3 instead of chunks of 1. I mean, 1 is not a chunk. 1 is a single. It's just a single. Kapow. Okay. Game 3. Yeah, I mean, if you just like slam combo a poor opponent. Okay. No, no, no. No, no, no. Turn 1, Skirk. I guess we can play our Snoop, but there's better hands out there. Hands that have ley lines. And no real other way of winning. This is fine. Cancel. Bottom of the blood crypt. Done. Yes. Okay. Yield through the turn. I mean, it's pretty good. Attack? Mm-hmm. Interesting. They've been and beside you. They don't need it? It's a scary thought. Oh, sorry. They milled it with a grist. And then, that makes sense. They were like, we don't need it. And we're just going to thin because we need a little bit more thinning. Play our 3-drop. Why not? Bog, yeah. It's pretty good. Chain Whirler would be amazing right here. Tap land. Oh, they're just going to play a Yawgmoth. First Yawgmoth of the entire game. And it's just fair, leyline, stiff. I gotta find a way to kill this Yawgmoth. This is gonna be really bad. I mean, this trades their board, kind of, sort of. Oh, we can't yield through the turn. I'm crazy. Mm-hmm. Quite curious indeed. Now they killed a Sling Gang. Cord. Cord X3. I'm pretty scared. Plague Engineer. Oh, no, 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 no. GG opponent. I will just type that in the chat right now. GG. That was awesome. All right, that resolves. And I will concede. Good game, opponent. We won 3-2. We didn't get the elusive 4-1, but we got our play points back, and that means we can keep grinding. I'm gonna try to keep doing these chests for you guys after we do the leagues. I know some people gambling, other streamers call them gambling degenerates, but let's see. Oh, we're not trying to add it to the deck. Collection, open, yes. Five play points in Akiri the Fearless Voyager, Galta Primal Hunger, and a Roxanne Starfall Savant. These cards are all cool. Thank you guys so much for watching, and shout out to Aspiring Spike for playing round 1. That was fucking awesome. The list was good. It was a great time. Probably if I had to make edits, I would say that Seer Slicer's not good enough. Probably just want another Lord. Stink Scourger felt good to have the access to. Second, Skirk was pretty decent. Like, Skirk is really good right now. I really wanted a Chain Whirler, though. Chain Whirler. I feel like just Chain Whirler just, like, randomly hoses a lot of the meta. The rest of this felt very strong. I don't think there's anything else I wanted. Horde Master gives us more cards. Double Skirk. Vile felt good. Sideboard. Dampening Spheres. Felt good. Zozu, I didn't get to see Zozu. It was the funny spice of today. Chalice was amazing. Dampening Sphere is amazing. Leyline is amazing. The fourth Harbinger is iffy. It's like, if these interactive cards are bad, then we bring in more combo-centric stuff. Zozu's like randomly amazing. It's a 3-drop though, so if I had to cut something, it'd probably be the Zozu. And honestly, you just kind of like want 4 chalices. I know it doesn't make any sense, but chalice. Honestly, the matchups where I needed a chalice were like the matchups where I won. And so like, yeah, so Yogg, I guess, is a reason why we wouldn't want to do 4 chalice, because Yogg is really good right now. We could even like just cut the Harbinger. No. Being able to play into Harbinger hands are really, really nice. Mogmob and Chain Whirler is a good amount of interaction. Maybe we just don't go up to 3 Lords. Bowmaster is played a lot right now. And then that gives us 2 cards for Yawgmoth. What are the 2 cards that we want? Yawgmoth and Grist. We can hit them both with Flute. This also hits Charbelcher. Kind of like this sideboard. Do we have explosive? This can hit all tokens. This can hit all of the 1-drops, and this can hit all of the 2-drops. When is that good? playing up against like DRC decks. I don't think I really wanted explosives today. What would my logic be? This blows up 1-drop creatures. This is an answer for 0 mana cards. So if I'm looking for an answer for 0 mana cards, Chalice is a little bit better. But if I'm looking for an answer for like blowing up all the zeros, or blowing up all the ones, or blowing up all the twos, it might be worth it. What am I thinking about? This can hit Frog. This could be my answer to Frog. Play it on turn 2. And then when they go to like pump up their Frog real big, I just blow up all their Frogs. What other twos are an issue? I'm just going to hit Tameo. Is it better than Flute? No, because Flute just turns off Yawgmoth. Flute just turns off Grist. What is E good against? A lot of tokens. If there's a lot of tokens. I'm going to keep an eye on EE, but I don't think it's good enough to play right now. If I had to go with the sideboard, which I have to go for, I have to play at the, I'm playing at the Boar's Hat tonight for Modern. This is the list I'm going to run. We got a Mogmob and a Chainwhirler, a Sting Scourger, and 2 Lords. The full 4 Snooping Expert, 4 Harbinger, 4 Matron, 3 Trawler, a Pasture Like a Mob, Chainwhirler, Trash Master Ringleader, 3 Sling, 2 Kiki, 2 Skirk, 4 Vial. We trimmed in Arena because there were some games where we didn't have any black sources, but we don't really play any black cards anymore. Which might be like an issue going forward. I feel like Thoughtseize is probably really good right now, but I kind of want to have these silver bullets. Let me think. If I had access to Push, would I have won any of those games? Push is an answer to Yawgmoth. Thoughtseize is pretty good against Grist. What was my other loss? Hammer. Push is pretty good against Hammer. Could just play Fatal Push in the main. It's just so bad against other matchups. I think if we want to play Push, Flute's better against Charbelcher and Yawgmoth, but Push is better against Hammer and Yawgmoth, which are probably 2 of my tougher matchups. Meltdown's good. Chalice is really good. Oh, we really don't want to bring in Fatal Push and Chalice, but Fatal Push is just so good. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to cut the old... Oh, we don't have enough. Cut the old art. Cut the old art. Cool. I have these promos in real life, which is beautiful. Fatal Push, Chalice, Meltdown, Dampening Sphere, Leyline. What did this replace? A Meltdown and a pair of Flutes. I think that's better. Fatal Push is kind of amazing when I want it, right? I just trim like the non-effective removal spells. Like if something isn't good enough in the matchup, I just trim these, bring in these. Meltdown's amazing, so I don't think going... Maybe Chalice gets trimmed, but Chalice was so good today. Fatal Push. It's interesting. Interesting consideration. I think that we're going to see a lot of Harbingers, so maybe we have to play more Mountains. Because, like, my intuition says just do... Not 4, but... This is what my brain tells me to do. This looked correct. This covered like the most bases that I've seen. I think that the mana base is still a little bit focused on like black sources, which is fine. I think that going like 4 mountains is important because we have all these fetchables and we want to save ourselves as much life as possible. Yeah, 3 chalice felt amazing. Meltdown felt really good. Dampening sphere is amazing in the matchup, so you need it. Leyline's like the best graveyard hate piece. We also have the trawler, so we don't need to play more graveyard hate. Disruptor flute kind of like covers all the bases of the matchups that we're not good at. In that sense, is it worth it to cut the meltdown? No. Meltdown is our answer to food, and we really struggle versus food. Flute can name Asmo, but then they just besage you my flute. Or it can name Cookbook, and they just like, yeah, they deal with it in other ways. I like 3 Chalice, I like 3 Meltdown, 3 Dampening Sphere, and 4 Leyline. These 2 cards, you can make them whatever you want. And then the flex slots in this deck, right now, if you want to like make this deck, and you just want to know what's like locked in, what's flexing. 1 land can be changed from a Blood Crypt to a mountain, an arena to a Blood Crypt, an arena to a mountain, however you want. The number of trawlers can go up by 1 or up or down by 1. You can go to 2, or you can go to 3, or 4, even if you're all graveyard decks at your meta. The Harbingers can go from 3 to 4, depending. Really snooping experts should stay at 4. Horde Master, 2, 3, 4. That's all like dealer's choice, how you prefer it. Sting Scourger. Sting Scourger is like my tech versus like Atraxa and Archon, because you really can't beat an Archon if it resolves. Sting Scourger puts it back in their hand, and that like buys you some time to combo maybe. Chain Whirler is really good against the X1 decks. Mob's really good against the X3 decks or X2 decks. Decks where you just need like to kill something that's not an X1. It's nice to have both of these. Pashlik Mons is really good if you're playing against Yawgmoth or any deck that's trying to kill your things, because you just shoot all their things back in response. Trash Masters, because we live in an Opal meta now. Ringleader is really good against control. And so yeah, I would say flex slots. The 1 Trash Master, you can add or subtract a Ringleader. The Chain Whirler and the Mob, all of this besides the Trawler is locked in. I guess 1 Harbinger, 1 Trawler are your flex slots, besides Pashlik, Mob, and Chain Whirler. Sting Scourger and Horde Master are flex. And then the 1 Skirk and the 4 Vials are locked in, but you can do anything you want with the rest of the ones. And if you wanted, right, if you wanted to play some like other cards, you could put all of the flex slots, #flex slot, in the sideboard. Lords are kind of main board. This is the lowest I would go on Lords. So you could have 8 cards that you like have in the sideboard, and they're good for specific matchups. And then, you know, you just play 4 push, 4 Thoughtseize in the main. And you're just like, I will not die to random decks. But if you have like, you know, pet cards, this is the core of the deck that I would start with. And then from here, I would just slot in all the cards that you want to play. I feel like these are the sort by mana value. I feel like these are the cards that I've found work best for me in my meta and in my testing. So, you know, I would just say, like, you know, if you want to play Goblins, just go out and get some games, get your hands dirty with it, and figure out what cards work best for you and your flex slots, and, you know, come back and tell me, you know, what's worked for you. You know, we're all a Goblin community, and we learn from each other. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. Gals, guys, all y'all, for hanging out, and I hope you have a beautiful day.